y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Empties. I was feeling a little blech this week when trying to decide what to film, and then I thought, well, why not just do another Empties video? What's the holdup? What are you waiting for? You've had a bag sitting in the workshop for months now, slowly filling up as you slowly emptied your products. And then it just so happens that this Empties is almost exactly 4 months from the last Empties I filmed. And when I looked back at that one, the Empties before that was 4 months. Apparently 4 months is the cycle of things. And you know, in this day and age, when everything is kind of bad, why not just give ourselves one more reminder of our complicity in consumer capitalism? So here we are, with yet another giant bag of empty products. Everything from candles, skincare, lots of skincare, makeup, but I also thought that I would do some nearly empties today because there's a handful of products here that I would rather just talk to you about now rather than waiting for however long it's going to take me to get through. These ones are all kind of like slow burns, and they've been slow burning for a while, but they will be finished soon. And then because I'll have to talk to you about them in this video, that means I can just chuck them. Also, if you watched my last 2 Empties video and you've been here a while, first of all, thank you. Second of all, after my very first Empties video, I mentioned that I was gonna get a TerraCycle box because in that first video we talked all about, you know, kind of like the myth of recycling and the amount of responsibility that rests on the consumer's shoulders when it comes to the post-life, the afterlife of a product. I'm gonna say most of that rests solely on the consumer's shoulders, and almost none of it rests on the manufacturer's or brand's shoulders. So I really went in depth on like the recyclability of every single empty. So that was a very long video. Hopefully today's video won't be so long, but like I did in my last Empties video where I didn't go so in depth, I wanted to just give you an update on my TerraCycle box, which I brought here, and it's this one. Does that give you any indication? It's this one. So it's the Beauty Products and Packaging Waste, and this is the small box. And as I mentioned in my last video, I'm just gonna repeating myself as per usual. These are not cheap boxes, they're expensive, but for some reason I really had it in my head before I pulled the trigger on buying it that I was gonna fill this up so soon. And as I mentioned 4 months ago, I think I was like a quarter of the way through, and I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it's getting there, but I would say that now, another 4 months later, I'm maybe a third of the way through. And that's because I'm very particular in how I recycle my products once I've used them. If something is glass and it can be cleaned out really well, I put it in the regular recycling. So I don't just take the easy way out and toss everything in here. I do try to be very mindful and conscious, and just, you know, I put a lot of thought. There's thoughtfulness in the post-life of my products. And obviously I don't have any expectations that you guys follow suit. This is just something that I choose to engage in because I do feel a personal responsibility. If I'm going to be such an active participant in, you know, consumer capitalism, it is my responsibility to, you know, mitigate the impacts of that kind of lifestyle and those kinds of consumer behaviors that I also engage in. Does that make sense? Anyways, all that to say, I'm happy that I did get the TerraCycle box. And again, I'll just say it for the sake of the new people that might be here, even just for the peace of mind, knowing that this isn't immediately going to the landfill, that there is some hope for the the next stage in the life cycle of these products with a TerraCycle box, it does just help make me feel a little bit better. And obviously there's a cost associated with that. So, you know, enter at your own risk if you decide to go down this path. But let's just jump right in. I'm gonna start with the Empties. And I think as I did last time, I don't actually remember what I did last time. Should I start with the candles? I think there's 3 candles this time. I feel there's always gonna be candles because I blow through candles fast, a lot. All right, so the first is one that I feel like I've been burning for like a year, and I just got soot all over my nails. This is the Worry Myers, the Forest Primeval candle, and it smells exactly as you might expect. Like deep pine. And I burned that all the way to the bottom. I like the Worry Myers candles. That's the second that I had from that brand, both of which I bought last year. But they're very heavily fragranced, and I found that when burning those ones, I kind of would get heartburn as well. So it's just like almost too fragranced. So I don't know if I'm gonna be buying from that brand again. I have a tendency to mostly just buy my candles from either local vendors or like Winners/HomeSense, which I think is the Canadian version of TJ Maxx. I don't really know, but I don't have a huge tendency to buy brand name candles, and I'm gonna say that as I show you my 2 other brand name candles. The next Empty here, and it's a little paint can design, so I can't pull the lid off to show you and prove to you that I did indeed burn this all the way through, but it is the New Savant candle. Their I think second most recent scent, The Usual, which I have ranted and raved about a number of times. It is so good, and I'm pretty sure, oh, this actually might have been my second one. I don't know. I bought 2 as soon as this candle launched because I just needed to have this scent in my life, and it is truly phenomenal. And it's a small woman-owned business, you know, by our late YouTube love, who has moved on to bigger and better things for herself, Ingrid Nilsson. It's her brand. If you are a candle and fragrance lover, highly, highly recommend. And will buy again, not frequently because, you know, there's a significant price tag attached with niche kind of luxury candles, but chef's kiss. And then the last one, which I believe I may have also mentioned because it has been burning in the background of my candles, my videos a few times. It is the Rocky Mountain Soap Co. X Milk Jar or Times Milk Jar Candle Co. And it is the fragrance Black Spruce and Vanilla. And I got this past Christmas because I ordered a bunch of stuff from Rocky Mountain Soap Co., which is a Canadian company. I bought like a whole bunch of all natural soaps, and they had this candle for sale, and it is wonderful. The Black Spruce and Vanilla fragrance is so good, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's one of those like wooden wicks, so it gives you that kind of like fire crackling sound when it burns, and just, again, chef's kiss, loved it. All right, I'm gonna move into, I think, body care because there's not that much. We'll do body and hair. I think that's everything. So we'll do hair first. And I've mentioned this a few times, I think, but I love solid shampoos. It's one of those things that was a really easy transition for me as I was, you know, trying to, again, be more thoughtful, more mindful in how I consume. And one of the things that was really easy to go low/zero waste on, solid shampoo bars. My first venture into solid shampoo was with the shampoo bars from Lush, which is a great jumping off point if you're just kind of getting into that landscape. But as all Lush products are, they're very heavily fragranced. So I kind of started to explore and expand those explorations into some other brands, a lot of Canadian brands. There's one particular brand that so far has knocked it out of the park, and like there's nothing else that has quite held a candle to that yet, and I think it's Jack 59. I'll post a picture of one of the little shampoo boxes here because I can't quite remember the name of the brand, but I tried this one from a brand in Montreal called Tanit Botanicals. I think that's what they're called. The brand, yes, Tanit. And the packaging is really cute. This is a cardboard container, and then the shampoo bar just sat really nicely inside. And I love it because this is like 100% recyclable. There's no plastic. And this is the Aurora Boreal Volumizing and Purifying Shampoo. And I was so excited to try this. It sounded like everything I possibly could want in a shampoo bar, and I really didn't like it. I really just did not like it. It was a black shampoo bar and kind of gritty. And again, if you're kind of new to shampoo bars, a lot of the shampoo bars, because they're, you know, more eco-friendly, there's no sulfates, there's none of those like really heavily sudsing ingredients in it. And this one really barely had any suds. And I do want a little bit of suds. I don't need to go full suds, like full normal drugstore shampoo suds, but I do want something, and I just felt like my hair never really got cleaned with that one, so I will not be purchasing from them again, but you know, I finished it because I bought it. All right, then I'll go for another shower item, and this is from not this past Christmas, but 2 Christmases ago. I got this in my stocking, and I don't use body wash, so it was something that wasn't really high priority for me to open up, but it was there, and I thought, well, I just finished one of my bar soaps. Why not give this a try finally? And this is the Year from Hell Power Shower. And it was great. It smells like grapefruit. It was lovely. Still smells like grapefruit, like pink grapefruit. And not fit like grapefruit juice. And so that was really enjoyable because I love grapefruits. And yeah, this is a cruelty-free, vegan, SLS and paraben-free brand that is local to Ontario. There is really nothing wrong with it, but I would not necessarily repurchase this because I just don't use body washes. I am a bar soap kind of girl because, again, I like to try and keep my shower low to no waste. Then I've got a couple body lotions here that have been, these were slow burns. Well, 2 of them were. And then I've got a hand wash. So I'll do the first one, which was really very much an impulse purchase, and one that I likely will never repurchase because just like, why? 1, it's very expensive, and 2, it just like, it didn't enchant me. There was no magic to it. It was just fine. And it's the Fit Glow Beauty Cloud Ceramide Body Cream. It has a very light fragrance, a very lightweight cream. Felt great on the skin, but again, it's just like not special enough for me to spend the kind of money that Fit Glow Beauty charges. I do really love some Fit Glow Beauty products, but this, it's just a bougie, expensive cream, and it's going in the TerraCycle box, and I will never buy it again. Another lotion that I will never buy again, and I've had this for like probably 2 years now. I've just been like trying to get through it. I've stopped using it on my body eventually because I didn't like the scent enough to continue using it all over. So it got moved to my bedside table where I was just using it as like a hand cream at night before I went to bed. And it's the Briogeo Be Gentle, Be Kind Banana and Coconut Nourishing Superfood Body Cream. I think I bought this because I was influenced by Kathleen Lights, and she said that it smelled so good. And when this banana and coconut scent from Briogeo came out, I think there's like a hair, like a shampoo and conditioner in this scent, and then the cream came out. I was like, oh my God, that sounds like everything that I want and need and love. So I bought the lotion, and nope, it smells fake. It smells fake and kind of like has a fake like nostalgia 90s like kids toy scent. I don't know. I wasn't thrilled, and it took me, again, so long to get through it because I ended up moving it to my bedside table. So that's like hand lotion, you know, you're just putting like a dime to quarter size amount on your hands, rubbing it in, and it's like once a night, and then it takes eternity to get through 236 milliliters when you're using a body lotion like that. But anyways, it's gonna be a no from me, dog. Then this one, which I have spoken to you guys before. If you've been here for a while, this will be semi-familiar. I think I've used it in a couple of vlogs. This is the Maciel Made Sirena or Serena Illuminating and Nourishing Body Lotion. And I don't know if you can still sort of, no, you can't really tell. It has this beautiful kind of like mint seafoam green color, a very lightweight, beautiful lotion that just like has such a natural, like, I'm just gonna describe it as sea foamy scent. And it had a little bit of shimmer in it. And I bought this last summer. It was like a limited edition lotion from this brand. And oh my God, I bought 2 of them. I still have one in the drawer I tell you guys about sometimes, where I go foraging for like back stock makeup and skincare that I keep like literally in the back of my closet. Or I'm just like hoarding backups because I have a problem. There is another one in there and I'm just waiting to use it, but I also am scared to use it because I'm pretty sure that this was limited edition and I don't know if you can get it again, but it was beautiful. Loved it so much. And if she continues to make this, I will repurchase it over and over again because it was just so beautiful and luscious and hydrating, and with that gorgeous shimmer, I just felt like a freaking mermaid all summer long. Loved it. Then another product which I don't usually buy because again, I'm a bar soap bitch. This is the Sukin hand wash in, does this tell me that your fragrance? I don't know. It was a set, like a hand wash and hand lotion that I bought, I think from Winners. Again, probably pre-Christmas. Gently cleanses and leaves hands feeling nourished with burdock, horsetail, and nettle extracts. What can you say about a hand wash? I know that there's people on this platform that talk about the Aesop hand wash with like, it's like the orange rind one, but what can you say about a hand wash? It's just soap in a bottle. And again, bar soap. I use bar soap. I stocked up on so much bar soap at the beginning of the pandemic that like I'm still working on some of that stuff. So will I repurchase this again? No, because it was kind of just one of those things that you buy because it's like, oh, the packaging is pretty and it looks good. And I like Sukin as a brand and I thought, why not? It's on sale at Winners. It's inexpensive. I'll give it a try. And then I just ended up creating waste for like no reason. Skincare. There's quite a bit of it. I'm surprised. Ooh, baby. Been using a lot. What is this? Still going, fishing all of this stuff out. Okay. Ooh, well, we'll start with the little one, which is actually, I was gonna bridge this between the skincare and the makeup, but whatever. This I finally finished. I don't know how long I've had this, but this is another one of my bedside table treasures. It is the Burt's Bees Overnight Intensive Lip Treatment. And if you have been a Burt's Bees fan ever, this was lovely. Kind of has that sweet pepperminty smell. Worked great, felt great. And I have so many lip balms and desk balms and bedside table balms on the go right now that it's going to be a long time before I need to repurchase this. But if I was completely out of all of the balms and glosses and things, I would absolutely repurchase this. It was really nice. Nothing more I can possibly say. And it's just nice. Then I have this itty bitty. Oh, look at how cute it is. I mean, just... It's so cute. This teeny tiny little Herbivore Bakuchiol Retinol Alternative Smoothing Serum. I think this was like a Sephora Bazaar thing that I was keeping in my overnight bag. And it was the first time that I had ever tried the product and I liked it. I didn't have any negative effects. It's too small of a bottle, I think. And I think I was using it too inconsistently to really notice a change, but as serums go, it was quite all right. Then I'll go in with another little mini here, and this is something that I don't even know when I got this, but I believe that I have talked about the lotion from this brand. This is the Hugens Paris Organic Face Scrub, similar to the face cream that I bought from this brand, which I bought from the Detox Market. I was completely deceived and thought that this was going to be like a regular size product. So I was thrilled at the price, and then I got it and I was like, oh, that's a travel size product. I didn't obviously read the volume, which would have been a great tip off, but no, nothing. I didn't find it anything special, and I don't really use a lot of physical exfoliators anymore. But you know, every now and then it is nice to just kind of have something scrubby on your face, especially if you're, you know, calling back to the days of the St. Ives apricot scrub, and you just like know that that's so bad for your skin, but kind of miss it as well. Anyways, I don't know that I would repurchase this. And definitely now that I'm aware that the price that I thought, or the price that I paid for is for this and not a full-size product, that's just, I don't even know if the Detox Market carries full sizes of these products, but nah. Hit and a miss. Okay, next is something that I was also influenced by, and I believe that when I attempted my first no buy, I actually called out this brand to stop tempting me, and then at some point I caved. I don't know if it was before or after that, but this is the Selfless by Hyram Retinol and Rainbow Algae Repair Serum. Honestly, I was pretty excited when Hyram came out with this brand. If you are familiar with Hyram, he's great. He's like a skincare guru, skincare enthusiast, and not a terrible price point, but I just really, once again, I wasn't enchanted. I wasn't overly impressed. I didn't see like any magical changes in my skin. I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't know. I don't know if this was it. Will I repurchase this? No. Here's another serum that I might repurchase. This is from the brand Nina, and I found this at my local Rexall, and I had never heard of the brand before. I have one other product from them which I also really enjoy. This is the Mineral Serum Rejuvenate Radiate. Glacial mineral water, vitamin C and E, and hyaluronic acid. I just want to call out the fact that I don't know why they call out vitamin E as an ingredient, because a lot of skincare products have vitamin E in them as just a preservative. So it's kind of like, unless it's straight vitamin E, I'm not really sure what kind of effect vitamin E is having. So it just seems like almost everyone uses vitamin E. Anyways, it is a quite lovely serum. And ooh, look at that, me doing ASMR. Oh, shoot me. Probably will repurchase, especially because I can actually go to a physical store and pick it up, and I don't have to order it online. I love that it's in glass. I love that the package is just simple. It's not a terrible price point, and I actually do think it was pretty effective. So, hooray. One more serum, because apparently I have a serum problem. This is the Acure Resurfacing Intergalactic Shimmer Serum. I want to say that I have mentioned this before, but I don't know under what condition I would have mentioned this. But this was fun because there's like amethyst in it. And so it was like shimmery. For what? I don't know. For why? I don't know. But that in and of itself was entertaining. Did I notice any sort of effects from this? No, I don't think so. And I feel like once I stopped using this, if it was having an effect, I would have noticed like a change in my skin, maybe worsening, but I didn't really notice that either. So I do really like Acure. I just don't know if this is a product I would repurchase again and again because it was so enchanting and so effective, you know? I guess this is also technically a serum, that I was using as my sunscreen. I have mentioned it before, so I'm not going to go too in depth. It's the Garnier Green Labs Brightening Serum Cream, Pinus C with vitamin C and pineapple, and it's a broad spectrum SPF 30. And this was the second bottle of this that I bought, and this was purchased, or this was discovered rather, last year. Was the first time in 5 years or more that I had kind of ventured back into the chemical sunscreen space and really liked it. I thought that it was really effective. It didn't bother my skin. It wasn't irritating. I didn't get breakouts. So obviously I repurchased it, and I probably will repurchase it again at some point down the road. But for now, I have a bunch of different sunscreens that I'm trying out and using and trying to get through, and a couple others coming. So it will be a while before the Garnier Green Labs Serum Cream SPF 30 makes its way back into my routine. But if you are looking for a really nice drugstore serum sunscreen hybrid, this is lovely. I have a couple cleansers here that I will go, we'll do cleanser, mask, toner, cream. How does that sound? I know that I started with the serums, which makes zero sense, but now I'm realizing that I probably should have done this in an order. Okay, the first, and again, I feel like I have mentioned this before, is the Glossier Cleanser Concentrate Clarifying Face Wash. This was just one of those things that I saw on the Glossier website, one of the last times that I made an order, which was last year at some point. It looked intriguing. It wasn't a terrible price point, so I tried it out. I still to this day don't know why it says cleanser concentrate, because that to me means that this something is concentrated, which means you need to use less of it, because once you dilute it into water, that's when you get the full, you know what I mean? Like if I have a concentrated house cleaner, I know that I don't have to like pump out or spray out the normal amount of product if I just had like a, you know, do you know what I'm saying? It's just like such a non sequitur, but I still don't understand why it's called cleanser concentrate. And ultimately it was fine. It was a very reasonable cleanser that did the job. And will I repurchase it? Honestly, probably not, because I am a skincare explorer and I just have so many different skincare products and cleansers that I want to try and that I have in my collection currently, that if this ever makes its way back into the rounds, it will probably be like 3 years from now. But all in all, not a terrible product. And if you love Glossier, go for it. Then I have two cleansers that kind of serve the same purpose here. One is the Nectar de Rose Cleansing Oil from French Girl Organics, and the other is the Liquid Light Nourishing Deep Pore Cleansing Balm by Natural Logic Skin and Body. Both of these I got from the Green Jungle Beauty Shop. Both of them were on sale because the Green Jungle Beauty Shop constantly has flash sales, which is the most magical thing and very dangerous if you have a spending problem on skincare and beauty like I do. Anyways, both of them were equally lovely. This one is very expensive, normal price, so probably won't repurchase this unless it's like I get a gift card or it's my birthday or something. But the Nectar de Rose, the French Girl Organics, is a very reasonably priced brand. And if you're just looking for a very beautiful, simple cleansing oil, this is great. This, I think, is supposed to have a little bit more cleansing technology in it. Again, because it like has the claim of like a deep pore cleanse, but I use them basically for the same purpose. I always use a cleansing oil as my first cleanse in the evenings, especially if I have makeup on. I was using this one kind of exclusively in the morning, kind of just to take off my nighttime skincare and like get all the gunks out. But then when I ran out of one of my other skincare products, I actually might have been using these in tandem, night and day. And then maybe when I ran out of this one, I just started using this one morning and night, kind of as the first cleanse at nighttime. And it was okay. But after a while, I did notice that it started to get like a skunky smell to it, which probably means that this has a very short shelf life. So just something to note. But again, I am a skincare explorer and have very few qualms about trying new things. And I did enjoy both of these for the most part. And once again, do appreciate that they're in glass bottles. Next up is a mask, which was truly so special and so beautiful, and a brand that I would love to continue supporting and would love to have more of their products in my routine. Again, it's just because I have so much other stuff that I haven't picked up anything else from them. I bought this for myself last year, maybe like last Christmas, not this past Christmas, but last Christmas. And it is the Squalene Botanicals Calcate Wild Rose Face Mask. And this is an Indigenous owned brand. All of their products are made in small batch. It's got this beautiful, had this gorgeous like pink color because of the rose, and I believe they use pink clay. Yes, French pink clay. And I wasn't sure how it was going to be because it is technically a clay mask, but because of all of the other products and there's a lot of oils in it, it's one of those clay masks that doesn't dry down and leave you feeling like you can't even smile because the whole thing's gonna crack off. So it doesn't have a dry down. It's just really, really nourishing, and it smells beautiful. It is truly a luxurious experience. And if you, like me, enjoy supporting Indigenous owned brands, especially Indigenous women owned brands, please check them out. All of their products are wonderful. The founder of this brand did a documentary last year that was part of the Hot Docs Film Festival last year, and I will link that below because I also highly recommend that you check it out. It was beautiful. She's wonderful. Their brand is wonderful. Everything that they stand for is wonderful, and I cannot speak highly enough about them. I have a few other of their products, like a couple like healing balms and stuff that I love, and I also have one of their tote bags, and it's so pretty. I also have a tote bag problem. On to the toner. This is something that I got around Christmas time because it was a set with the cleanser and the toner, and it is the Pharmacy Deep Sweep 2% BHA Pore Cleaning Toner with Moringa and Papaya. And I had been meaning to try this for so long, literally probably since it launched. And because it was in this like duo set, it was kind of hard to resist. And as far as like BHA, AHA style toners go, I think this is probably one of my favorite that I've tried so far. It's very, very gentle. I really like the scent. It's very like light, gentle fragrance, but it didn't irritate my skin at all. I didn't find that it really had like any kind of stinging feel that I usually get with these kinds of products that have the like, any of the like acids in them that are kind of meant to encourage like cell turnover and resurfacing type things. So yeah, overall, this was very pleasant, and I think it's something that I probably will repurchase. I go through toners very slowly because I really don't use that much, and it's either like using them like an essence in the palm of my hand or putting them on a cotton round or a reusable round. So yeah, it takes me a long time to go through them. I have a couple in my collection right now, but this is definitely something that we will be seeing each other again. This, I feel like I definitely mentioned at some point. It is the Pacifica Cosmic Shield Hydration Lock Face Cream. And I bought this, I want to say in the fall. I was definitely in Toronto for work, and I think I was staying over at my boyfriend's that weekend and realized that I didn't have any face cream with me. So I had to pick some up, and so I just went to the local Shoppers and happened across a really big Pacifica booth, which is a delight because there's so few stores that actually have a good amount of their range. Long story short, it's a really, really lovely cream. Like, surprisingly effective. It's very, very lightweight. It's got such a light, delicate fragrance, but I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, I think I will repurchase this one should I come across it again. I recently placed, and by recently I mean like at the beginning of March, placed an order directly from Pacifica for a few of their sunscreen products, and it's currently being held at customs. It's taken absolutely forever to get here, so that will probably never happen again. So should I encounter Pacifica after this and after the current ordeal, it will have to be in a storefront because I'm just not dealing with the whole ordering debacle again. Then finally, on the skincare front of the Empties, is the Ursa Major Golden Hour Recovery Cream with sea buckthorn and calendula. I love sea buckthorn, I love calendula, and this is the first Ursa Major product that I have tried. There are lots of people on YouTube that I have been following for years that have ranted and raved about Ursa Major, so I have been dying to try them. And then I think this is really just going to become a love letter to the Green Jungle Beauty Shop, honestly. But they finally carried some of the Ursa Major line. Again, probably at the end of 2021. And so I finally picked this up and I really liked it. It's a very, very thick, I don't know if you can sort of see. There's like the tiniest, tiniest little scrapes of product left in there, but it's got like a pale yellow color because of the calendula. Smells good. Really, really lovely. I was using this as my night cream, but it's something that you can use as a day cream. And if you get very, very dry in the winter time, especially Canadian winter, like great extra layer of like thick hydration. I really liked it. And I have been quite enjoying using creams versus like more oily products at night. So it was a pleasant turnaround. A+. Now for the makeup. Ooh, there's a fragrance item. Let me do the fragrance first. This is the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods Rollerball. And I've spoken about this before. It is one of my key ingredients. Just smelling like a delicious piece of baked goods. And I love this perfume so much. This is probably one of the first perfumes in my entire life that I have repurchased multiples of. It's truly delightful. I love the way that it mixes with my personal chemistry. It's the kind of fragrance that lingers on your clothes in a nice way. And I think my boyfriend likes it too, which is always a plus, because it would suck if your significant other didn't like your scent. Although I feel like that would be a non-starter. Anyways, non sequitur. I love it. Chef's kiss. I love it. I love it so much. All right, I've got a couple lip products here. One actually isn't an empty and should have ended up in my declutter bag, but I'll talk about it anyway because it's in my hands. So the first product here is just a regular old lip balm from Crate 61 Organics. It is the Vanilla Bean Lip Balm made in Canada. It's one of those things that I buy in like 3 packs from HomeSense or Winners, and I pretty much like always have a lip balm like this in my purse or backpack or whatever. It's just lovely. I also am obsessed, speaking of bar soap, nice call back there, obsessed with the Crate 61 bar soaps. I love them. I discovered them like 5 years ago from like a farmer's market in Toronto, and there's been no going back ever since. So yes, love it. Then we have the Milk Makeup Kush Lip Balm in Green Dragon. I have emptied one of these before. I can't remember the shade. It wasn't Bubble, it was the other one. Maybe it was Bubble. I don't know, but I bought a 3-pack of these like probably 2 years ago now, and it's just gone. If I like really dug my finger in there, I could probably pull out the remains, but I don't feel like it because it's been sitting in this bag now for 4 months. It was a perfectly lovely lip balm. And the Green Dragon, even though it's green, is just, there's no color to it. And I really like that the packaging is got a nice weight to it and has the magnet. So if you're a fidgeter like I am and this is your desk balm, you have something to do with your hands during the day and your lips stay moisturized. So like, what more could a girl ask for? Okay, then I have 2 of the Kosas Wet Lip Oils here. Probably a hero product for me and so many other people. The packaging is just an absolute delight. This is the shade Jellyfish. It's just a clear, gorgeous, gorgeous gloss. There is technically a little bit left in here, but I have had this for so long that putting that on this is just probably not advisable at this point, but it is a repurchase at some point whenever I run out of my various balms and glosses, because it is just truly such a beautiful, beautiful product. Then this one is the shade Jaws, and it's just been open for so long that it really, like the Jellyfish, should not be put on my mouth. And it's really unfortunate because like such a gorgeous color. And it's like got good pigment to it. It can be sheared out. It looks beautiful on the lips. The wet lip oils are a gorgeous formula that feel good. They're hydrating, they're nourishing. And for the ones that have the tint, it's just, they look beautiful on the lips for such a wide range of skin tones. Like I feel like there's not a single skin tone that one of the shades doesn't look good on, you know, like there's a kind of a shade for everyone. And because they're sheer, they work so well. And it's just such a crying shame that I opened this and then just never got around to like fully appreciating it. And that's on me and has absolutely nothing to do with the brand or the formula. Then I've got 3 mascaras here, none of which should be a surprise because they're pretty much the only mascaras I've used on this channel. And 2 of them are a repurchase. One of them was a good attempt, but it will not be continuing in my life. The first is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara, cult favorite, land favorite. It will come back to me at some point once I finish my various mascaras. Then we have the e.l.f. Big Mood. I've already repurchased this and I think I also have a backup. It's a great drugstore, low price point, high performing mascara. Arguably it is a dupe for the Bite Upswing. e.l.f. knocked it out of the park with this one. And then finally the REM Beauty Volumizing Mascara in Midnight Black. Cute packaging, performed okay. Not a terrible price point. She's got kind of a drugstore price point going for her line. I do love all of the other products that I bought, but this one just didn't impress me enough for me to repurchase it. All right, then I have a Glossier Boy Brow. Does anybody need to say anything about Glossier Boy Brow? It's great. We love it. We go back to it because it's like a comfort blanket. Security blanket is what I meant to say. But you know, Glossier Boy Brow, Glossier Boy Brow in brown, beautiful. Sometimes I use blonde if I don't want like a really harsh brow, but every now and then I like to stock up. Currently I'm using the NYX Brow Glue. And every now and then when I want a little bit more pigmentation and fluff in my brows, I'm using the Kosas Air Brow. But I think I will always go back to Glossier Boy Brow, one way or another. Then I have, oh, and I can't believe I finished these, 2 complexion products here. The Merit Perfecting Complexion Stick and the Uma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer in T1 Honey Honey. This may not look empty, but like I pulled out the thing and like tried to scrape out as much as I possibly could from there. This was my first time trying an Uma Beauty product. I have a few others in my collection and I really liked it. It was a good shade match, really nice formula, no complaints. And then the Merit Complexion Stick, I actually didn't finish this. Rather, it fell because as we've seen, I have a tendency to chuck things. They just go flying out of my hands. It fell for the last time and what was left, which was just like a couple centimeters of product, it broke off and went flying and was just not recoverable because I hadn't vacuumed in about a week and I just wasn't about to stick that back. And if that wasn't clear, it fell on the floor. It didn't just like fall on a counter. So a tragic loss, but I did really like this and have had it for a very long time now, like probably to the fullest extent of its 12-month lifetime. Okay, wow, that is all of my empties. But we're not done. I'm going to move on to the nearly empties. And who am I? Selena Gomez? Is this rare beauty? Is this nearly neutral? Bad joke. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, these are nearly empties, which are kind of all slow burns. And by the time that I actually finish them, I'm not gonna wanna talk about them again. I'm just gonna wanna recycle them. So I thought that I would bring them on camera today and just share them with you. So I'm going to maybe try to do this in some kind of sensical order here, but it's probably gonna be chaos regardless because me. So the first is another fragrance. And very similar in scent to the Seven Virtues Vanilla Woods. This is the Skylar Clean Beauty Vanilla Sky. And it is truly nearly empty. I have maybe a few rolls left. This has been the one I'm bringing back and forth with me in my overnight bags. I have been favoring this over the Vanilla Woods, and not because one is better than the other. They have a very, very similar scent. It's more just that I don't want to finish the Vanilla Woods just yet, so I'm kind of trying to like put this one first so that I can have the Vanilla Woods for longer. And like, obviously, if we're going by any sort of no-buy rule, I could replace the Vanilla Woods once I finished it. So it's very silly logic. But no, the Vanilla Sky is lovely. Right out of the roller ball, it has a bit more of like an alcohol scent, but once it's on your skin and mixes with my personal chemistry, it's lovely. And I have no complaints. Next is another Garnier Skin Active product. It is the Rose Water Micellar Water. All-in-one hydrating blah blah for normal and sensitive skin. I have had this since my first Garnier serum SPF. So that's a long time, probably almost a year. And it still has quite a bit of product in it. I really don't use it that often. If I have a lot of really intense makeup on, or like I've done a big fancy look for YouTube, or I've been doing a lot of swatching, even just like during makeup playtime on my own, that's when I go in with this. So it's not like an everyday, every night kind of use case. It's really just very specific, and I feel a little bit better about this than like using makeup wipes in terms of waste. It's probably like equally harmful because I'm still creating plastic waste at the end of the day, but I have no complaints, and I don't really use a lot of micellar water. It's just something that is handy to have on hand if you're kind of in this space, or you just use a lot of makeup in general. And sometimes, even if you have like really intense mascara on, or like waterproof mascara, it's just sometimes a little bit easier to kind of soak that before you go in with your cleansers so that you're not super scrubbing at your eyes, you know? But that is going to go back into the bathroom because I do use that. Next up is the Typology Organic Carrot Oil, and I believe that I have shown this on my channel before, probably in a vlog doing like a skincare routine, and I'm still using this. This is from that very first and very only Typology order that I placed when I got the tinted serum. I have really not found fault with any of the Typology products, and this carrot oil, there's just something about it intrigued me. I don't know why. I like carrots. It's beautiful. I use this as my like day moisturizer. So after I've cleansed and toned, I take like a rose water hydrolate or rose water toner and just put some of the carrot oil into the palm of my hand, put some of the hydrolate or the toner in, mix it in, and then apply it to my face so that I know with that little bit of water mixed in, it's gonna really sink into my skin. And I'm kind of sad that I'm so close to being finished because it's truly such a beautiful, beautiful product. Very happy with it. The next one is kind of a hero product, a long-time love, was one of the very first like clean/green beauty products that I ever used all the way back in 2015, and that is the One Love Organics Skin Savior Multitasking Wonder Balm. And I pretty much since 2015 have always had an open jar of this in my skincare routine for literally anything and everything. You can use it as a cleanser. You can use it as a day moisturizer, as a night moisturizer. I use it anywhere on my body, not just my face, that I'm feeling a little dry or as like an extra sensitive area, you know, maybe after like shaving and you just want this area to be very calm and hydrated. It's just truly lovely, and the scent of this will always just make me so happy. It's truly one of my favorite products of all time. Love it. Then we have another all-time favorite as of my discovery of it last winter. This is the Rachel's Plan B Body Butter in the scent Sweet Pumpkin. And of course, because it is a seasonal scent, I could not resist and I bought another jar for the winter time. And it is nearly empty. There's just, I would say, a handful of showers left before that is all gone, and I will have to wait a whole other year before I can get my hands on sweet pumpkin again. But it is truly delightful. I'm just gonna scoop some out and put it on the back of my hand. So it's like a really, really fluffy whipped body butter, and I wish that you could smell through YouTube because it's truly just so delicious if you like pumpkin-y kind of sweet scents. But like, look at that, the difference there in the hydration. It's just, it's so beautiful. After a shower in the winter time, I'm in the basement, so especially if I'm showering at night and it is the winter time, I love slathering that all over my body, like basically like neck to toes, and then putting cozy socks and flannel PJs on and just snuggling down into bed, and then everything smells like sweet pumpkin, and it's just so delightful. And then I wake up and my skin is so soft. And I do the flannel not just because it's cozy, but also because it is such a thick, intense body butter that I just like don't want it to stain anything with the oils. So the flannel is kind of a nice buffer for that. Anyways, two more, and then we're done. Okay. This is another product from Sukin. It is the Hydrating Body Lotion in Coconut and Pineapple. And I think one of my issues is that I need to stop buying coconut times tropical fruit lotions because they never really go the way that I think they're going to go in my head. I should just stick to like vanilla and like cupcakey kind of scents rather than the like coconut drink kind of tropical vibe. Yeah, it never goes my way. Anyways, this is currently my desk lotion, and it has taken me forever to get through this bottle of lotion. This is a 500 milliliter bottle of lotion, so you know, nothing to sneeze at. That's like a significant amount of product. And again, if you're only using it on your hands, you're using like a dime to quarter size amount, maybe a couple of times a day. It takes a long time to get through that, but I want to be done. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite scent in the world, and it could be a little bit more nourishing. I don't know. I want it to be done. I want to say goodbye so that I can move on with my life. You know what I mean? No shade to Sukin. I do like the brand. I do usually like their products. I'm over it. I have product fatigue. I have hand lotion, body lotion fatigue with this one. But alas, it will go straight back to my desk. It will probably not see the TerraCycle box until like Christmas time. Okay, last but not least is a hair product. And as I think I mentioned in my last Empties video, I really don't use a lot of hair products. So the hair products in Empties videos are going to be few and far between because there's just not that many. I use things sparingly. I don't really heat style my hair, and I'm just kind of a hair product, not hair accessory minimalist, because obviously we went sparkly and kitty cat ears today for no apparent reason other than just to make myself feel better, okay? So this is the Inner Sense Inner Peace Whipped Cream Texturizer. And it smells like creamsicles, roughly. And overall has been, I don't know how well you can see. There's maybe like half an inch left. So still a substantial amount of product in here. And I really, because I have very, very fine, very, very fussy hair, I cannot use a lot of product because otherwise it will just freak out and just like sink under the weight. It will just go completely flat. And as I've gotten older, my hair has kind of gotten wavier and wavier, and I'm trying to encourage that, which is why I really like texturizing creams, because I can just use a little bit in my hair after it's been washed, after I've kind of towel dried it, and it just helps to hold the wave without weighing it down. And the Inner Sense products I find are at a pretty reasonable price point. This is, does it say how much product is this? This is 3.4 fluid ounces and 90 grams. So that's, again, for me at least, a significant amount of product. It has lasted me a very long time, like well over a year at this point. So I have no complaints. I have been very, very happy with that. Prior to that, I was using, I think, the Rawa texturizing cream, which I also really, really liked, but it's more expensive than this. So that's pretty much why I went for the Inner Sense, just to see if I could get a similar, if not better, result for something that was a little bit kinder to my budget. Anyways, that was the last but not least, and then the least, and I'm not going to go through all of these products. If you're curious and want to know exactly what's in this little paper bag, leave a comment down below and I will consider making a video about it. But basically, this is a bag full of makeup that is long overdue to be decluttered, including a few of these Bite Beauty matte lip crayons from years ago. Like the last time that I wore this is the shade Blood Orange, was for a film premiere at TIFF in 2018. It's the middle of April in 2022, so like that's way too long to hold on to a product like that you have used. So there was just a bunch of stuff sitting in my collection, and now that I have become a little bit more engaged with my makeup as a result of this YouTube channel, I was just realizing that there's just things that I can't hold on to anymore because I am going through products more quickly, and as I start consuming a little bit more and getting a little bit more exploratory in especially the makeup space, I'm running out of space. You know, I am not a full-time YouTuber. This is a very small channel. I have limited resources to spend on this channel, and so everything in my collection, whether it's just because I'm a skincare and beauty junkie or because I want to use it for this, I have to be a little bit more mindful about not just my budget, but also the space. So there's just things that I either wasn't using or had been holding on to for way too long that it was time for me to let go of them. And like with that Bite Beauty lip crayon, especially the color Blood Orange, like I have some deep sentimental attachments to that, which is one of the reasons why it took me so long to let go of, but sometimes it's just time. Okay, so again, if you would like to see what is in that bag and want me to kind of give you a breakdown, just feel free to leave me a comment down below and I will consider making that video for you. Otherwise, that is just going to go on and move on. It will go into its next life and I won't look back. All right, guys, this has been an excruciatingly long video, so I think it's time for me to wrap it up, but I'm really glad that I filmed tonight because this has made me feel significantly better. It was a bit of a rocky evening for me. It's been very, very busy at work. I've been very, very stressed, but we're coming up on a long weekend, so, you know, there are things to look forward to, and as always, it's just really lovely to indulge in things that make me happy and that are predominantly for me. So thank you as always for everyone who, you know, hangs out and comes along for this journey. If you are new here, thank you so much for watching and making it all the way through this very, very long video. And if you want to stick around and hang out with us some more, I would love for you to become part of the LAN fam, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Join the LAN fam. We have a cute, fun time here, and aside from our, you know, Empties videos, we have a tendency to get into some pretty deep, real conversations, and I think it's important to hold space for those here on this channel. Yeah, anyways, I think that is everything for me today. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will be sure to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.